Sometimes there's beauty in the simplicity, just the truest of emotions, the truest of things, just create organically just moments, slogans, rallying cries. And I feel like today was one of those days when the Miami Dolphins reported to training camp and Xavien Howard being badgered a little bit today, was not happy with the inclination that he is not a true number one cornerback, or is not happy with the idea of people asking about if he's on the decline. Did not want to talk about his injuries or anything that he dealt with last year. This is a man very much on a mission. It's a man very much who is willing to put it out there on the line that if you think that he's on the decline, that he's no longer good, and that it wasn't a case of injuries last year, he doesn't want to hear it. And he comes in it with the simplest of terms. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, this was his message to people when asked about those doubting Xavien Howard.
I never really been a guy looking at the Madden ratings. I don't even play Madden, to tell you the truth. I probably hoop basketball or something like that, but other than that, I'm not worrying about no Madden ratings.
Do you know what your rating is?
No, what is it?
It's 84.
Yeah, 84?
84. Yeah, you don't even know what that means, though.
You're not even a top 10 cornerback tonight.
Damn.
I looked at it.
Damn. I gotta talk to them. I need their number, bro. No, but it's cool though, man. I never been a guy to rah-rah, talk, do this and that. I just show up and play. I let my play on the field do the talking, and we go from there.
But does that kind of signal people might be sleeping on you a little bit in 2023?
Hey, man. Again, sometimes there's beauty in the simplicity. And for Xavien Howard, f*** him, dude. F*** him. What do we have to sit here trying to impress anybody for? You're out here and you don't believe in Xavien Howard, and that's the way that you want to roll. That's fine. Believe what you want to believe. But if you're in that camp, f*** him. Like, what do we got to... You're out here, you don't believe in Tua Tagovailoa? F*** him. You don't think that Vic Fangio can get this defense in the right way? F*** him. If you don't think that Mike McDaniel can come out here and become an even better head coach than he was last year, f*** him. What are we out here trying to impress anybody for? What are you out here trying to doubt? You don't think that Tyreek Hill can get 2,000 yards? F*** him. You go out here, you don't think that this Dolphins team can match what they did last year and then even better it? Fuck them. What do we got to sit here and you got to try and please the simpletons for? You go and please the masses out here, the rats that are, trying to, get themselves positioned to jump on the bandwagon, but not quite there all the way. They're kind of like sneaky rats. Can't really trust them, especially those hosts that jet up. F*** them. Xavien Howard just says it in the most beautiful way. Even Trill Williams today, tweeting it out and going and saying, "F*** him, dude. What are we sitting here and we're worrying it about? That shan't be a concern." And Jalen Ramsey today, while I will say, was most of today very measured. Talking about expectations, Super Bowl expectations. What should they be? Jalen Ramsey and having his talk on your team is fun. It is. We saw this last year with Tyreek Hill, how much fun it was. But having Jalen Ramsey as a mouthpiece is going to be fun. And I thought my favorite part of today with Jalen Ramsey was not necessarily the talking about, I'm still the best cornerback. He talked a little bit about his Madden rating. That's the way that it should be. That's the way that it is. Still considers himself the number one cornerback in the league. No surprise there. But I actually kind of liked it. He was asked about the idea of the young defensive backs in this league who, they think they're coming for the crown. I think mostly Sauce Gardner's in this camp of everybody thinks Sauce Gardner's that dude right now. I'm not even saying that he's not, but I love the fact that Jalen Ramsey is kind of like, he's kind of like putting them in their place. He was like, it's nice when those guys, reach out to me for advice. It's nice when those guys go out there and they try and hit me up for things. This was his quote. He said, "To be honest with you, I never compare myself to them just because we're our own individuals. There's a running thing that DBs hate each other. I don't actually think it's true, to be honest with you. It's this competitive fire where each individual thinks they should be the best. Honestly, I challenge you to ask any of them young DBs who hit me up. Sauce, Pat Surtain, anybody. I'm always sharing my knowledge with them, giving them positive words, showing them love. I'm never tripping about that. What they do doesn't control my career, and they don't control what I do. I control my own legacy. I got to do what I got to do. So to answer your question, I don't compare myself to them. I wish them luck, unless they're playing us, right? But I got to do what I got to do regardless. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. I hope they're all just doing their best thing, to be honest with you. And I was just like, wow. Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the top dog or the lead wolf just kind of acknowledging everybody, you know, this whole braggadocious cornerback thing that you all think you're doing. I invented this baby, all right? And crazy as it is, now Jalen Ramsey's like this savvy vet. Feels like just yesterday he was bursting onto the league, leading the Jaguars to the AFC Championship, you know, saying they were going to go to the Super Bowl and win that bitch, but they didn't. I apologize for all the cursing today, although I don't. I'm very excited for football. But I like that. I like the fact that he's putting everybody kind of in their place there with, oh, you young lions, you think that you're coming for the top of the pride, but that is not the way that it's going here. And now you have not only that, but you almost have it like within its own ecosystem of the Dolphins. Not that Xavien Howard and Ramsey are you know, talking bad about each other, but I do think that it is interesting, you know, when that was brought up to X today, he was kind of like, well, I am a true number one cornerback. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, what are you trying to say? You're saying that I'm not that guy anymore? And things got, you know, kind of, I want to say prickly, but you can just see like the fire's there. The fire's there, and it's very, very exciting. All the tools seem to be there for this team. We all know the names. We've been over the list, but you know, when the work gets going on Wednesday, when they actually start getting to practice, even though it's, you know, not going to be with pads still until, I guess, I don't know, probably Sunday. You know, who knows how many padless days they need in the NFL anymore. But this very much gave me the goosies seeing this, that Xavien Howard is out here and he is not to be trifled with, and he doesn't. And I really do believe this could be just the complete rallying cry for the Dolphins this year. F them, dude. Like, what do we need to sit here and quibble over? You know, all this talk. You know, everything's going to be laid out there. We know that this conference is crazy, crazy difficult, that there's a lot of tough teams, but man, the Dolphins really do feel like they have all the tools for it. It does feel like it's all turning up roses for them, and for their longest tenured player to go out with a defiance, to not accept or hear any talk of aging or status or any of that nonsense. It was a beautiful thing to see. I really, really enjoyed it from Xavien Howard to hear that he is in this mindset right now, that he is not to listen to the pettiness that is out there or any of that stuff, you know. And look, got roasty toasted some last year. Certainly was playing through some stuff. I will say, he had some things. He said this about Kader Kohu today. This also was goose-worthy for me, because he was asked about you know, who is the young, you know, the teammate in the offseason that he was you know, very impressed with, and he could not say enough about Kader Kohu.
Kader, my boy Kader, man, dude, straight dog, man, and you know, his mentality he have here, just being an undrafted guy, and I continue to see him grow and getting better on the field.
How much did he surprise you last year as a rookie?
To tell you the truth, I seen it during training camp. You know, when I seen him playing, I'm like, who's the 38? I'm like, I like him. When he was lining up against Tyreek and everything, I'm like, oh, okay, I like him.
So, you know, that I think is one of the things, because Kader Kohu, what a year he had last year. And I do feel like, as far as the offense is concerned, you talk about the returns, you talk about the new additions, you talk about probably the more prestige players who are getting their shine this year, Jalen Phillips, Javon Holland. Kader Kohu, I would say, just flying under the radar. What's this year 2 going to be like for him? Because you make the addition of Ramsey, because you draft Cam Smith. What is that going to mean for him? Where is he going to fit in? Doesn't mean he can't. Could be somewhere in the slot. Who knows? He could be out. They could find a role for him because of. I mean, it was the thing with it last year is it was shown like the saying you can't ever have enough corners really did ring true for the Dolphins, but also to see the source where it came from, an undrafted guy with that kind of moxie to go out there and do a very admirable job last year for the Dolphins, and to have the stamp of approval from X like that was pretty awesome. So I love it. I love the rage from X going into this training camp. It makes you feel alive, baby.